Oh my god, why am I a hoarder? Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my Declutter series, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Sam. I post beauty and lifestyle related videos. Today we are doing the awaited decluttering of my eyeshadow palettes. I am super excited to get rid of some stuff, to look at my collection and find some love for some new things. Anyways, I'm super excited about this. I'd just like to get right into it. So before we do, don't forget to subscribe down below. Hit that bell button next to the subscribe button so you're notified of all my future uploads. I post Wednesdays and Sundays. Sometimes a bonus video here and there. I think this will be a 3-part series, maybe 4. Without further ado, let's get to decluttering. What I'm going to do is declutter in 4 videos. I have 3 buckets behind me that'll be each a video each. And then I have all the palettes that are in front of me. So we have a mix of drugstore, high-end. So I'm going to do the same thing as all my other videos. I'm going to have a maybe pile for anything I'm unsure of. At the end, we'll decide if it's going to the maybe drawer or if it's staying in my collection or being decluttered. I will also have a declutter pile, which I'm going to put anything I'm decluttering over here. Anything I'm keeping will kind of go in front of me. We'll go over here. If you can see my hand back there. And then the maybes will go in front of me directly. So I'm going to start with, it's my honey. I don't think I'm going to swatch every single palette, but I do want to swatch a couple shades maybe. So this palette is mostly gold based. It's very pretty. You can see that there. ColourPop is one of my favorite brands. I do love a good yellow eye look. I'm going to definitely keep this. So I changed my piles. Keep's gonna go in front of me by the camera. Declutter is gonna go behind me, still in the same spot, and then maybes will go on the side that I was gonna put the keeps. So let's do the Mint to Be. We just did this in my green eye look. I will link it up in the cards. This one is really pretty. It's fun to have color in your collection, and I think ColourPop is a great way to do that where it is so stinking affordable. So I'm going to also keep that one as a colorful option. You just never know when you'll want it. And sorry about the swiping of the cleaner on my hands. Kind of annoys me when I edit the videos, or rubbing my hands in my pants to dry it from the cleaner. But sometimes I forget to stop talking. So next up is the Just Peachy Mattes. I don't know, I've had this one for quite a long time. I think I'm going to put this one in the declutter bin. I don't ever use all matte palettes. So I also have the ColourPop My Little Pony palette. It is very sweet and pretty. I think I'm gonna put this in the declutter bin and give it to my daughter. She's only 2, but she loves makeup just as much as I do, and we like play with it sometimes. It's just, you know, easy to get cleaned up after. So I'm going to put this in a pile for her. So I also have the Too Faced Natural Love palette. I use this one quite frequently. This one was discontinued. It has beautiful shimmers, mattes. There is a second palette that's very similar. I think it's Natural Lust, maybe. They've had it at TJ Maxx and Marshall's. I don't know if it's still for sale, but that one's a very close dupe. I'm definitely going to keep that. It's a great bridal palette to have. I have this ColourPop Eva Gutwinski. I think she is an influencer of some kind that they did a collab with. This is the It's All Wild palette. These are like their old palettes. I think it's beautiful, but I'm just going to get rid of it. I have plenty of other shadows just like it. So this is my custom palette. It has cools and warms, all single shadows by ColourPop, some Anastasia Beverly Hills. Makeup Geek, I think, is in there also. So I'm going to keep this for now. I think at some point I'll probably do a declutter of my single eyeshadows, but for now, just going to keep that one. And I just want to say this, just because I get rid of something. My mic is not on the floor this whole time. I hope that you guys have been able to hear me. You guys will be able to hear me. I hope this is like okay. But anything I get rid of doesn't mean that I don't like it. It just means that maybe I have something better in my collection. Like this I got in a BoxyCharm a long time ago. It's Alamar Cosmetics. It's their first palette. These shimmers are like wild. Like seriously, just look at those colors. Like how many more times can I say like? You should take a shot every time I said like. Oh, they're just so gorgeous. And the mattes are like, oh, there we go. Take another shot. You guys are gonna be hammered by the time this palette's done. The mattes are really pretty too. I just have never used it. So I think for now I'm gonna have to put this in my maybe pile. So I have the ColourPop California Love palette. It's one of my favorites. I'm definitely gonna keep that. I have the Designer Disney Midnight Masquerade palette I would like to keep. I have the Nudie Patootie palette by Laura Los Angeles. This is also one of my favorites. I use this to get rid of one of my best friend's weddings. I'm definitely going to keep that one. Let's get rid of some stuff, shall we? So I have this Milani Gilded Nude palette, which I did use at one point and I was not super impressed with it, so I'm going to pass that one along. I have this Solar Flare Beige Cosmetics palette that I wanted to love. It has the baked shadows in it. I guess I'm just not really a fan of them, so I'm going to get rid of that one as well. So I killed myself on this one. This one has all my ColourPop palettes in them, which I am obsessed with ColourPop. So this is the Kylie Extended Peach palette. It's very pretty. But I feel like I probably could duplicate this palette 100 times over in my collection, and I'm not sure that peaches are necessarily my favorite colors to work with. So I do think what I want to do is put that in my maybe pile as well for now. It's hard with some of these palettes because I am a beauty YouTuber, yes, but I'm super new at it, so I have not gotten anything ever in PR. So I paid for all of this stuff. So it's just hard to get rid of some of it, but I do want to give it to better homes that will use it. So this is my Desi and Katie Francation palette. I am going to keep that. It's one of my favorites as well. I have the Juvia's Place, the Saharan palette. So I do think this one, it's time to let it go. I never use it. It's very pretty. Colors are insane if you've never seen a Juvia's Place palette. They're just amazing. But that color story, I have a hard time, I don't know, thinking of something cohesive to do with it. So I'm going to declutter that. My Flutter By palette is one of my favorites by ColourPop. It's a purple themed palette. Keeping that. I have the It's All Good palette by ColourPop. I'm going to keep that. The Truly Madly Deeply palette. I was obsessed with this one. I'm going to keep that. think I'm going to get rid of the Fame palette. It's a cool tone palette, which I do love. But I think it's just time to let it go. I have some newer things to play with. My Tati Beauty Volume 1 palette's one of my favorites. It sits up on my palette organizer on top of my desk. This one is the Jaclyn Hill palette, her favorites one that she did. Every time I try to get rid of this one, I use it. I put it in my maybe pile. I used it like 5 different times because I just wanted to get rid of it. And every time I really, really liked it. I'm going to put that in my maybe. The Jaclyn Hill palette. I am going to keep that. Let's see what else we have here. So I have this Wet n Wild palette. I am just going to get rid of it. It is the Comfort Zone one. I think I want it for nostalgic reasons, but I never had the original one, so there's nothing holding me to it. So my Lorac Pro original palette, this one was one of my favorites. I'm going to keep that. My Masquerade Mini palette by Juvia's Place. I would like to keep that one. I love the pops of color. I do need to add in another palette for a transition shade a lot of the times, but I do really like this palette. I have the Nude Beach by The Balm. I am just going to get rid of it. I wanted to love this, wanted to use it all the time, but I never did, so. I have the All I See Is Magic palette by ColourPop. I am just going to pass that one along. So I have the Making Mauves palette I am going to keep. I have the Nude Mood palette I'm also going to keep. Let's see what else we have here. I have the Whatever palette I'm also going to keep. Going to declutter this Wet n Wild palette here. It is the Nude Awakening. The Naked Cherry. I'm just going to declutter that one. The I Want It All. It was limited edition by Kylie Jenner. I think it was a Valentine's Day one. Put in my maybes for now. I have to think about that one a little bit more. The 18 Hit Wonder Elf palette. I do really like this palette for a lot of different colors. I think it's this one. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I've used it quite a few different times. It is more rainbow, but it's got some neutrals too. I am going to keep that one. The Through My Eyes. I waited forever to get this one. I'm going to keep it. The ColourPop. This Morphe palette is 15N. It's very pretty. I'm just going to pass that on. This is the Pure Passion by Milani palette. I'm just going to pass that one on too. It's very pretty. I just have a lot of that. The Night Owl by ColourPop. I'm going to keep that one for now. Well, I guess if I'm going to keep that one, I probably shouldn't keep this one. This is the MAC Warm Neutrals palette. I feel like it's pretty similar, but different. Put both these in my maybe for now. Written down to it, guys. So this is my singles, which Which ones live in here? Oh, this is where my Anastasia singles live. I am going to keep this one for now. I would like to, after I get done doing my palette declutter, look through my Anastasia palettes and this to see if I have any duplicates. Otherwise, I will keep the rest. I love Anastasia shadows. I have, this is Manny MUA's brand. This is the Greek Goddess palette. He does such a good job with packaging. He really thinks about that as well as the product inside, but the packaging just, it kills me. So I would like to use this palette. So I'm going to throw up my maybes for the moment. I have the Beached palette by Urban Decay. I'm just going to declutter this one. The e.l.f. XJ Kissa palette, the To the Rescue one. This is the rainbow one I used for my rainbow colorful eye look. I will link that up in the cards. I am definitely keeping this one. It's gorgeous. I have a Life's a Drag by Lunar Beauty. This is the first palette that Manny MUA ever did. Let's get some colors. 2 metallics, which are just fire. Like a silver and a gold. And then your basic mattes. So I'm going to keep that one. Last 2 palettes. I keep the Outer Rim. This was like Kylie Jenner's best friend palette. Kylie X Jordan. I adore the packaging on this, but then she did such a lame thing for the inside. I don't know why that wouldn't have been the cover of the palette. Do really like this one. I'm going to keep it. The last one is Lemonade Craze by Maybelline. It's very pretty. I wish there was a darker shade in it, but I've seen a bunch of YouTubers use this, mostly in the UK, and I don't know if they made a different one over there, but I do want to keep this and use it a little bit more. So now we need to go through our maybes. So I don't want to like keep all of these, but all right, so I think I'm just gonna get rid of the Jaclyn Hill one. It's gorgeous, but I have a lot. I don't need it all. I think I want to just get rid of this one and give it a better home. God, the shimmers just are like crazy. I think if I'm going to keep that, maybe I don't need this one. No, they are so different. I think I am just going to put it in my maybe drawer to try my eyes, see what I think. The Greek Goddess one, I'd like to do the same thing in my maybe drawer. The peach one, I'm just going to get rid of it. The Night Owl one, I'd like to put in my maybe drawer. Last 2. So the Warm Neutrals by MAC, I am going to keep. And the Kylie one. I don't know. I'm gonna throw it in my maybe drawer to try. So we have 4 going to my maybe drawer. We kept a lot. So we got rid of 17 and kept 28. I'll put the percentages at the top of the video and be on the lookout for the next declutter.